Sports Video Group's Jason Dackman at the Sports Graphics Forum in New York City. We're at the Microsoft Technology Center. I'm with MSG Networks' Jason Joly. Jason, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely. So, Jason, MSG Networks just recently relaunched their graphics package in advance of the fall basketball and hockey seasons. Let's just kind of start out with why. What was the timing, and why was the time to go for a revamp of the graphics package?
It was time. Our previous package was 7 years old. It was on the air for a full 7 seasons, and it definitely had. It was showing its age, both just design-wise and just from keeping it together or behind the scenes. So we felt like it was time to revamp it and give it a fresh look.
Sure. So you make the decision. It's time to totally start from scratch. Conceptually, what were you guys hoping to achieve? What was some of the things just from a brainstorming stage before you actually went into production that you guys were trying to achieve?
Well, I think the biggest thing was we wanted to focus on our fans. We had done a lot of research and ethnographies and just fan studies to try and get a sense of what the fans wanted and what they care about. And the biggest thing was just that they cared mostly about the team. And it's kind of an obvious thing, but a lot of times as designers we kind of get stuck trying to create this cool environment or this something that may not necessarily have anything to do with the team, but it looks really good. So we just kind of decided, let's strip it down, let's focus on what the fans care about. And it was the aha moment was kind of, we were looking at some design frames and we were working with our friends at Troika who we had done the previous package with, and they sent us a page of just jerseys. And it's like that's kind of like the most symbolic thing that somebody can, what you wear on your body, if you're wearing that, it's a personal expression. And if you put a team logo on your body, that's the ultimate expression of your fandom. So that kind of turned into the inspiration for the package, where we just focused on the logo, and that's really ultimately, people care about the logo on the front, not necessarily the name on the back, but they do care about the name on the back. So it's logo, color, and the players. We wanted to bring them forward as much as possible.
Cool. So you worked with Troika. Tell me a little bit about the actual production process once you guys got underway, leading up to the start of the season for basketball and hockey.
Sure. We had a year run up to it, which was great. We started in September of 2015 with a bunch of intake meetings as all of our production teams came back. We had meetings with each one of our game producers and directors, the full units, and then we got into conceptual stuff later that year. It was a great back and forth, as it always is when working with those guys. And it quickly, once we had that aha moment, we kind of realized that it was all about the logo, and it kind of turned into what we call the signature source pattern. And everything emanates from the logo and emanates out, and that kind of inspired the entire package from there.
Cool. And what's the response been from fans and ownership and the teams? And
I took the chance of looking on Twitter, and early on, it was overwhelmingly positive. Which was, I expected a lot more negative just because that's the nature of Twitter. But everybody was really happy on the fan side, and just as important for us was that our production teams were equally as happy. I still have the directors coming up to me, 6 months after we launched, saying, "Hey, this is really working great. We're really getting into it. They're still learning their way, through it and trying to, come up with different ideas because we tried to do things a little differently. Right. We didn't want to put a fresh coat of paint on the package. What we had, we reimagined elements. We killed the 12 to 15 second open, and we just gave them a 5-second open. But we don't want them to use that. We wanted them to build a tease every night instead, and not even run an open. So we gave them better tools to do that on a nightly basis.
So it's still evolving.
It's still evolving, and it's going to evolve. The goal was to get on the air and have a great first year, but we told them when we launched it in our production meetings, no teas should look the same. Like there's always different things you can do every night, to keep mixing it up. And then we have a lot of ideas for year 2, 3, 4, 5, already in the works. So once the season ends, we'll start rolling those out in the summer and get ready for next year.
Cool, Jason. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jason Dackman with Sports Video Group. Stay tuned to sportsvideo.org for more news from the Sports Graphics Forum.